Did you want to do recommendations this week or move it
I
along?
wasn't until we had sort of had our pre-chat, and you reminded me of to think of a series that has not gotten a lot of attention, that I actually think would be a great companion to our conversation just now about mecha series, and that show is RahXephon, which is a 26 episode anime that was produced um, back in 2002. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it it kind of has fallen by the wayside in recent years, mostly because it wasn't. It looked really good, it sounded really good, and was popular at the time, and was animated by Bones, no less. Uh, One of the criticisms that it suffered was that it was coming out in the wake of Evangelion, and then sort of buddied up with other bigger series when mecha were starting to fall out of favor. So the plot of RahXephon is basically interdimensional travelers attack
Uh-huh.
our reality and create a dome above the city of Tokyo that basically slows time down by about a fifth. And so within this within this sort of bubble world, the people who are currently trapped in there don't realize that they've been taken over, infiltrated, and ultimately controlled by these human-looking invaders called the Mu. And the Mu fight with giant what appear to be robots, but in actual fact are golems that are powered by song. And the main character activates another giant
This
anti.
gives me like Symphogear vibes.
It's only in description, because this is not this is weirdly enough a fairly realistically presented show with over the topness in terms of there just being giant robots, but it's actually much more toned down, much more grounded, and wee bit dramatic and depressing, I'll say, but in the kind of way that's enjoyable. Like, it's a very serious story that makes you feel things. And
Oh.
yeah, so again, when I would it was one of those it's not I would not say it's derivative. It just had the misfortune of drawing a lot of the good things out of Evangelion, and but just coming at a time when maybe people weren't as interested in it. And it looks fantastic. It got a Blu-ray release, I think, in the mid 2010s, maybe 2015. I think it holds up really well. I think the last time I watched it was like 2012, and I remember dreading going back and watching it, because as I got to the end of the series, I was like really torn up by some of the stuff that was going down. But in fact, like, it's still a good watch, and the music is really good. So if you're into giant robots and a well written, well animated story, I would recommend picking up RahXephon, especially given the fact that it is probably coming to streaming relatively soon.